Hey, sorry
Hey,
everybody.
what's going on,
What's
everybody?
going on with everyone?
Can y'all hear me? We on live
Yeah, I got you.
on another crazy episode, which what I'm gonna say is not crazy, but this will be a deep one. The last few episodes we have a little fun whatsoever. This one will be how you want to put this? We are touching a franchise that either was inspired by OOG anime or inspire new and the latest mecha anime. We in the mecha arena right now. If you're dealing with anime right now, guys, look at me very well. When you're dealing with anime, there are so many different genres. When you're dealing with the mecha area of anime, mecha is not really a easy walk in the park. Some mecha anime hit it off very well. The later one went stale. Some mecha anime was looking still at first and shot up to the roof. While there were some others end up being mainstay. When I mean mainstay, they was like, we here to stay. We ain't going nowhere. And one of them is Mobile Suit Gundam. And I'm telling you this because if anybody who have been a fan of Mobile Suit Gundam, you have gone to the store, you have bought what they call a Gunpla. Either you buy an OG version or you buy something of the latest or in between. You first put your first kit together to get a feel of it. After you put like one or two or three kit, all of a sudden you have the itch. You want to, you know what? That's cool and everything, but I want to put my own stake on it. And he was crazy about this genre, this franchise. You go ahead, you take that goblet that you purchased, and you customize it how you may think it's supposed to be. And you want to showcase your masterpiece. Somewhere along the line, one of these people masterpiece end up being in an anime, which is bananas. When people start to see that, oh, it was wildfire. Now you have tournament every year for the best Gunpla. You got regional competitions. You have the U.S. Then you have U.S. and Canada. Maybe I think they do it separate, or they have U.S. They have Canada. They have South America region. They have the Europe region. They have the Asia region. You have the Australia, and they compete for the best of the best. Forgive me, I got my sinus, so I'll try my best. But this franchise is not a joke. I grew up watching it back in the 80s, 90s, but never knew how big it really is. Yeah, they had some cool video games, but most of their games are more on the Japanese side than the American side. So I wonder how we going to touch this topic. Well, I'm going a little crazy, but
As he
what you
says,
think, Wally?
even
What you
though
going?
he
What?
considers the going the crazy, I don't have no trust in my partner here with his the little statements these days. Lord knows what he can say in this video today. Lord knows, and I ain't on screen yet because I'm still trying to finish this last piece of presentation.
I know. Disclaimer, disclaimer. None of these Mecha or Gundam. It's a Pookie.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes. None of them had any age problems. None of them are considered pookies. Lord have mercy, you heathens.
None of them is an investment baby or a thought eater.
You know what?
You-
I'm not doing this today. I'm not doing this. We ain't gonna do this shit today. Don't get me started.
Oh boy, this is what I love by anime. When it comes to anime, you'll find something very unique in different genre. He still relieving from the Dragon Ball D, what I did,
Damn
even
right I
though I was
am. God
thinking,
damn it. You still
even though
trifling with that
even though it
shit.
was
You still trifling.
even though it's true, even though it's true honesty on that part, but it kind of like underlying honesty, something he didn't want to touch. I was like, nah, we gonna touch this. We gonna peel off the skin. We're not hiding this right here.
This guy right here. Lord have mercy. For all you Dragon Ball fans, I hope you get in the comment section and talk shit. Don't let him do it. Don't let
Uh,
him dare.
Lord, I invite all the audience. Please go back to the
Bro, all
playlist.
you
Look
Vegeta
for the
fans
show
out
that
there,
we.
you better fight this shit.
If you're a big time Vegeta fan, if you hear what I said about Vegeta, if you don't like it, explain why he's not King Pookie.
He is
Explain
not
why
a
he.
pookie.
Explain why. Explain why he not the pioneer to what Triple H have done so
You
far.
know what?
Give
I
me your own
swear to God. I
arguments.
swear.
No, I'm telling. I'm being no. I am. We are open to this, so we can have another show, or we go back to address more deeper area in that topic of Dragon Ball Z. We can address certain comment that you mentioned, and I will respond to it respectfully. I have to be honest because you'll be surprised how much, so much as a kid or as a teenager we watch certain anime and become iconic in our life without even realize. Sometimes we end up mimicking some of their personality or behavior or trait. Now, this one, I would say, because of Gundam as one of the main mecha anime, we have a lot of robot war competitions going on in today's society. People are going to university to get into robotic engineering. They bring their favorite mech to compete or favorite robot to fight against one another. That's a good point. If Vegeta and Triple H brothers, because they act the same, they gotta be. Vegeta the big brother, Triple H the little brother, because you can't hate the game. And here's the thing though, I'm sure, I'm damn well sure, back in high school, when everybody watching Gundam or you would have watched Gundam or so you have some kind of idea spawn in your head, you try to ask a question. How much think it will cost me to have my own l- life version of a Gunpla? Question is, how much cost you think you would take to build one? I recall I said it to a lot of people. The only country that was close in building a Gunpla or will ever be close to building a Gunpla will never be in the U.S. Either to be Japan or South Korea. But what's funny about it, about 11, 12 years ago, there's a group of students who came together to build their own company and actually built their live version of a Gunpla or a Mecha. And watching that video a couple of times, I could really say that pushed the envelope. I know a lot of American people don't like me saying that, but let me break it down so you can comprehend. If you've been watching Mobile Suit Gundam from the OG franchise to Mobile Suit Gundam Wing to G Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam 00, Mobile Suit Gundam Astray Blue Frame, Mobile Suit Gundam Astray Red Frame, Um, Iron Rose, Mobile Suit Gundam. Um, I'm just going off the top of my head, but there's a lot. Z Gundam, ZZ Gundam, Victory Gundam. Um, whew, let me, boy, it's a lot. So I'm glad you're bringing this topic. We'll do a comparison between Mobile Suit Gundam Wing and Mobile Suit Gundam Zero. I think that's what we will be talking about today.
Yes.
Okay, I kind of like blame me for Wally not being here on time because I kind of like put a lot because we will talk about it weeks in ahead and say if you do this franchise, it's not going to be easy.
It never is. You know how much. You know how much Gundam. This is why. This is why I somewhat love and hate. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me pin this real quick. You know how you wanted to hate comics for having multiple universes? This is another one with multiple universes.
You know what? I had to get Wally this one. I remember when you started the argument when you do the comparison between cartoon and anime. I said not too many anime do a lot of reboot. So the one was more guilty of doing that was Dragon Ball franchise, right? Point proven. He said out of his mouth, you to have an issue with comic book having too many different universe with storylines, whereby some are connected, some are not connected, right? Here another example. We have a franchise that's so long, so huge, but if you go through all their series they have, they're not found in the same timeline, and yet it could get confusing. And I get it. So I'm not. I told Wally, if you have solid evidence and I see playing it, I will give you a prop. I'll say, you know what, you are right. He's right on this part because you will assume watching from the OG Gundam, look at the storyline. They will follow through the storyline and do the time frame. There'll be another connection. No, there's a huge jump in time. Then they paddle back. Then jump forward again. They take a detour to the left, detour to the right. It's so much to put, but the thing is, how were they able to correct so many different Gundam series, right? Not that you to correct them, they're very unique in their way, and they become iconic. Is it safe to say this is the only franchise that have more than 30 favorite Gundam?
I mean, I know one thing for sure. As far as what I can remember in Gundam, it is safe to say that even though Gundam does have multiple different universes of Gundam, they weren't all shit.
And that's the scary part. That's the scary part. To watch all the multiple series that's been created within the Gunpla franchise and watch it from beginning to end, it's hard for you to say it's a piece of shit. It's not easy because you wouldn't say it. Because in anything, I hate to say it, which I do hate it, it makes you ask for more. Or is it me? No, why? Let me know. If it is me that think that way, or this is legitimately this what the issue is.
I mean, I'm not saying that it ain't wrong. My only thing, like, so with Gundam, here's my only thing with Gundam, right? I love Gundam, literally. Um, Gundam Wing is literally what I grew up on because it was the early 2000s. So, of course, that's what the one I grew up on. But the thing is with Gundam overall that I just immensely just don't like. Again, it's just this like the one that I always hated about it a little bit, and that was just the multiple like different things, because the one thing I always want to know, which I asked last week, I think I don't know if I asked it on the show or neither in the back, but I asked literally, was it connected? Because to end up finding out that most of these Gundam shows were just very much different alternative timelines is just very, very. It's like on one hand, it's like it's great because again, this is pretty much like comics, right? The DC and the
Hmm.
Marvel, you're getting different alternate timelines, but with the same stick, and it's pretty good. But it sort of just sit there and you just ask yourself, with the same bit in play, and you're changing the character and everything else. It's like, couldn't y'all just pass the torch? Like, just pass the torch. You could have just did one universe, and just pass the torch along. Like,
Oh, they ain't gonna pass the torch. Trust me, they're not gonna pass the torch. Because I was saying the same thing too. Because I was trying to be anal. When I mean anal, I'm talking about looking at everything on Mobile Suit Gundam, the main character Gundam. Then you will see it will pop up in the next season or next series whatsoever. Then you start to notice something's off. That this one Gundam end up being a reference to another different Gundam too, but not related. Then this other Gundam is related to another. I was like, wait. Like, hold on. There's too many references. It's like saying this is connected to this gun, this is connected to that gun, this is connected to this gun, this one connected to the one in the. I'm like, okay, dude, how are these multiple universes having all type of different Gundam, but for some apparent reason, there is a reference leading to another Gundam from another series, but you indirectly put in the storyline, make it seem like, oh, there was something that was working on, but it didn't happen, or it did happen, but it got destroyed. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Or it's not destroyed, but the timeline is not even 10 years, it's not even 5 years. It's almost like timeline is like almost 40, 50 years ago or 100 years. I'm like, whoa, like what's up with the jump? Like, please connect the dot, like for real. Because I'm not gonna lie, when you watch these Gundam and you see them all out, laid out, you will love what you see. But you got that, you be one of those people who asking 1,001 questions, like, when am I gonna find an answer to all these questions? If I even do find an answer to all these questions, why not having more questions to ask? That's one thing. He the other one. If you're a gunpla builder, oh boy, I hope you have a art room for all the gunpla you plan to build yourself. It can get real crazy, if you ask me.
but yeah, but let's get into these comparisons and let's break this. Let's start off with the beginning and then work it down.
Okay, both Mobile Suit Gundam Wing and Mobile Suit Gundam Zero Zero are alternative timelines, which you mentioned earlier. Gundam series that have become highly popular, especially among international audience. Let's bring up to note Mobile Suit Gundam Wing is the first Mobile Suit Gundam anime that break door in the United States. When it came off, either you were in high school. What year did it come out?
2000s.
Well, if you don't mind,
Yeah, 2000s.
2000. Around that time, if you have watched it, you were like, God damn, that's hot. Like, oh, this is different. It's not like Voltron, but it have a thing to it. To fly a mecha with its own personal operating system that if you know what to do, you can really customize it to your taste and look. And the phrase these days, either if you're a coordinator, you're what they call. What did Fredo call himself?
Say that again.
They're afraid for a certain type of human beings who are not regular human beings. They have evolved to the next. I forgot the Fredo called themselves.
Uh,
Some of them are coordinators.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know the word you're thinking of.
It's a phrase they create among themselves and becoming a big thing when people hear that phrase. It's like say you're an elevator version of a human being. And you ever do things that most people cannot do, which is crazy.
What? Because the only thing I can think of is
Then
transcend.
but I will say this though. I will say this though. That some Gundam storyline have a dark storyline right behind it.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying. While they share similarity, which is almost in a way, such as featuring a team of Gundam pilots, a war between multiple factions and political themes, they also give a significant difference. Like I mentioned earlier. If we talk about Gundam Wing's similarity to Gundam Mobile Suit 00, while taking ahead, tell me what you think would be the difference between both all similarity.
I mean, the similarities, of course, we get pilots that have Gundams and the political warfare. But the other ones, the differences, I think, is pretty much the tone of the character and those that are in the Gundams. Because
That's
yeah, because one of the many ordeals is because a lot of the Gundam pilots were really different in characteristics, especially some, even the Gundams, because the way how some of the Gundams were like powered, like because there was actually the pilot and the Gundam were so for those that don't know, right? There's a potential. There's certain people amongst the Mobile Suit Gundam series that once you are a part of the Gundam, there's actually like an emotional bondage. Actually, there's like a bondage, a spiritual bondage between you and the actual suit itself. To where like now it's like, granted, you're in the suit, but you're not like using a controller or anything. You're actually using like it's like energy force amongst you, and you're in the suit. So it is very so yeah, there's definitely like a dark, deeper tone to it. There was even to a point where there was one Pacific Gundam, it's in the Lather series of the Gundam series, that was quote unquote called the Cursed Gundam suit. And it was for a special reason. I forgot for what reason why, but yeah, but it was only good enough for only one potential person though. Only one person could use it at the time. But I think, but it was
I
literally
think
because of his
I think
ability.
the term you're referring to I think the term you're looking for, if I remember correctly, is when the pilot get assimilated into the Gundam.
Yeah.
And what he was saying totally correct. It's more on the next level, spiritual level. It's like almost as if the pilot and the Gundam end up becoming
Right.
one. What the Gundam
Yeah,
feel,
they're
they
synced.
feel
Yeah, they're
themselves,
synced.
which is if you want to break it out to science term,
Right. Yeah, because they're
I'm in a mechanical humanoid machinery that almost like a robot beyond a robot. I got so assimilated to the point whereby, yeah, I remember the phrase they call new type.
ah
When you are a new type, you are an elevated human being. You're able to sense things beyond what a normal human being can
okay, yeah,
sense.
new types. Okay, good. Yeah.
That's the terminology. Now, people who are heavy on Gundam will talk about if you start to act in a way whereby not only you sense things, be able to tell when it's going to happen before it happens. They're like, oh, you're a new type now? You on that level now? What level you in the new type?
Right.
Because there were certain characters in the Gunpla series who were considered new type. One, they have psychic ability. They're very sensitive to a lot of things that go on in their environment. And they have to maintain that level of sensitivity so they can fly the mechanical machine that we call to the Gunpla.
Mm-hmm.
Some had next level ESP to the point whereby find that Gunpla is almost like second nature to them.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine some of the plot and the storyline in that part. Let me continue. Like I say, why there's some are featuring a team of Gunpla pilot a war between multiple factions and political theme. Those have significant difference in storytelling, world building, and tone. Below is a detailed breakdown of two series. Next slide. this is something. This is why I try not to mess up this episode because this is not no
Right.
super
Yeah.
walking
Let
around.
us switch up the scenery
It
here
is
so then everyone can see the wording.
no
Yeah.
problem.
We need to switch up the scenery.
Good. Basic overview.
Yeah. Yeah.
Category.
We'll switch it up.
Mobile Suit Gundam Wing, 1995 to 1996. That's the year it came out in the U.S. Right? Mobile Suit Gundam 00, 2007, 2009. During that first franchise that ever came out, a lot of, I would say, maybe teenagers and adults said, I'll be good, I'll be a good student. They'll go get their money, get their gunpla, go in, customization. They got to throw something into they would have, follow a particular storyline. That what Mobile Suit Gundam Wing did. Mobile Suit Gundam 00 just broke down the wall and gave us something completely different, which is crazy. Timeline. After Colony, AT 195. Anno Domini, AD 2000, 2307. Higher access to what will the future be like? What we going on? What kind of realistic war we will be having? These are some of the things that I've been talking about that it will happen. It is anime. It does that. Episodes. This is close. 49 episode endless watch OVA movie. While One True Gunner 00 had 50 episodes, 2 seasons, and a movie. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this topic, I want you to pay close attention. Because if you decide to watch a Mobile Suit Gundam series, you will start to pick up things that may relate to what you're seeing in your nature or what has been happening around the world. Main theme, revolution, independence, war and peace, political conflicts, solar energy, world, and unification. I want you to marinate. So what do you think about all that those main things? What do you think that come across your mind when you see those main themes?
Oh, and think about as far as the main theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because that's the one thing about Gundam. I think we have to look at, and that's why I think like when you think about Gundam, ladies and gentlemen, think about Gundam as pretty much the army, military status. Like that's the story about that. That's the pretty much the ideal story. It's like more of army, military, in space type reaction. Because of course these colonies, because I guess there's one planet of colony with another planet of colony, and everyone like each colony, aka each of their individual planet, has a Gundam and a platoon amongst them. And of course, they're in this ideal battle of neither revolution, independence, war, and peace, which is pretty much meaning someone is in control of multiple colonies from that particular Gundam Wing side of the story. But if we're talking about Gundam Suit Gundam 00, then of course this is more political, solar energy, of course, which means someone's controlling it, and just being more unified versus being separated. So when you think about it all overall, this is a more grander scheme of someone leads the whole pilot and someone's looking to knock them down, pretty much, right?
Now,
Moral as
now,
everyday life.
now, when you want to break it down, let's look at revolution. What would we refer to revolution? What would be the idea picture view when you see revolution? What do you think they'll be talking about when it comes to revolution?
I mean, for me and you, pretty much as far as revolution, I think most people would think like the first thing in history, like Michael X, when you think about revolution.
Okay. Now that you mentioned that, how often when you watching these Mobile Suit Gundam? Hold on a second. Eli, one water. How you think when you talk about these revolution, then when you're watching these animes, these Gunpla, when they're thinking about revolution, they got to catch on like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Ain't not this similar to what's going on in present time?
Mm,
And you be like, you were thinking, where they get this idea from?
right.
Because that's what sometimes some of these Gunpla series, I will watch it, and I would like, put more, put some more, okay. I will watch it, and I would like, hmm, somebody have been paying attention to the war event lately. Because when you deal with revolution, it's almost like you're trying to indirectly tell a story about what's going on at a certain nation or a certain country or a certain community.
Mm,
Independence. What country in today's time trying to get independence?
that all very much
Hmm?
depends.
Yeah, and some of the scene that you will see in that,
What's going on, Eric?
you start to wonder like, you're like, okay, is this an homage or the way you trying to point? You trying to be obvious about it? That's the independent part of things. War and peace. Oh boy, how you sure they're not watching too much CNN war reporting? Hmm?
Say it again.
For war and peace. How often you thinking that these people when they're not watching CNN war reporting what's going on in Gaza, what's going on in this place, what's going on in that place, all this proxy war that we try
Right.
to ignore on TV or cable. How often you think they don't take a script or two and just let's see if we can flip it and
Pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, because literally, that's literally what Gundam is. Is like that's literally what Gundam's world was. It was literally Civil War,
hmm
World Wars, or like planetarian wars. Pretty much, like that's what literally was
hmm
going on within that cycle.
bingo. Political conflict is similar to almost close to war and peace. How often we have you see political conflict, for example, the U.S.
Yeah. Political conflict within its own system.
and
Yep.
and even though we ignore it, but the way they paint it on the Gunpla series, you be like, I never see it this way before. This is new. This is fresh.
Mm,
Solar energy and world. Does not sound like resources.
indeed.
Mm-hmm. Coal and petroleum is being replaced by what? Mm-hmm. Who is who monopolizing on solar panel energy more than anybody else? And unification. Whew. Somebody want to make Canada the 51st state. Hmm. Is that possible? I don't know.
Is that impossible? Hell no. Do you know what world we would be in if you had Canada? You would change everything that is north is not even north anymore. It's really just
I'm glad you. But in these Gunpla, see the way they even not only paint the picture, they put the envelope to the point where you thought to. I'm not gonna lie. When I watch Gunpla, any of these Mobile Suit Gundam series, it had me thinking after I watch it, trying to see what the hidden message you trying to pull in this series. Like for real, for real. That's what it does. Let's look at the protagonist. You have five Gundam pilots from where?
let me see. Oh,
It's connecting different colony, right? Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. Did it sound like a United Nation within the team?
right.
You got one pilot from Wakanda represent China, right? You got one colony that represent the desert people, which is more like the Middle East, right? Yeah, one pilot who
Eric,
like a
I will
circus
send
actor,
you
but
that info later.
you got one pilot, right? He
Yeah.
looked
So
like
real quick.
he from a he from the French colony, but he can flip around, right?
Yeah.
You got one pilot. That side, is he German? 'Cause it come off like he's German, and the main one looked like he's more American. Oh, tell me, no, please. If you have watched Mobile Suit Gundam Wings, tell me if I'm wrong. Please tell me. Oh, you changed the
I did
slides?
not change the slides.
Oh, somebody
Yeah,
changed the
yeah,
slide.
because we
I'm
wasn't
just
ready yet.
saying, based on what I'm pointing out, because we talk about the main theme, and we go to the protagonist. The protagonist represent about, let me see, one, two, three, four
Yeah, yeah.
of the main theme, if you think about it, in very unique ways. You got five pilots in Gundam Wing that represent five colonies that almost look like represent five different nations.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, isn't it, right? Now look on the other side, we have
Four celestial
four
being
less.
pilots.
Now, are they representing any nation or they're like mercenaries from a different?
Uh, last time I checked, I think it's a different nation, give or take, or mercenary. Uh, were they mercenaries? I don't remember them being mercenaries.
In a way, they were mercenary because the main one was a mercenary, with a child soldier. The leader of the celestial being was a child soldier, right? One of them was actually a android, a humanoid android. The other pilot, if I remember correctly, um, was a sniper, but I have a twin brother. Now one, two, three, and the fourth one was what?
Uh,
Oh, a super soldier. Science experiment gone wrong.
yeah, because one of them were, because I know one of them is snipe, one of them was a gunsman, and the other one was, I forgot what the other one was. Oh,
When I'm talking about super soldier, he had two personalities.
yeah.
He switched back and forth.
Yeah, that particular person had a different, like had a custom Gundam that can literally co-op. Yeah.
Because of his mixed personality. He get one moment he's this way, the next moment he's that way. Hmm. Eric said the gun that I do own reside on a VHS cassette and VCR tape up in my closet at the moment. Not easy to extract for me. Unfortunately, I know, I get it. But what I'm pointing out is this. This is why when me and Wally talk about these Gundam franchise, it's not a simple walk-through conversation. Because you can't just gloss, oh, no. A lot of these Gunpla series, it will got you thinking if you're not paying attention. If you're not paying attention, then you're just a doofus. You're just watching. Hey, what you doing for the firework? Hmm. Look at basic review on antagonist. Oz. One Fella Foundation. Why did I sound like familiar? Look at it. Look. One Fella Foundation.
And then the last one was White
Does that,
Fang. I don't know if that. Uh,
yeah, but One Fella. Does that sound familiar like one that's more recent, up to date in today's society?
oh, like you mean Rockefeller?
Bingo. Oh, I'm glad you pointed out. Why it sounds so familiar? Like you trying to throw that one out there.
Yeah, is no ain't those like the rich aristocrats that's in that series or something like that?
It really does. And for the antagonist for Mobile Suit Gundam 00?
There were the
You have what?
Union, AEU, Human Reform League, and Innovators.
If you ask me, does that sound like private militia group?
To a degree,
Those group that you mentioned, doesn't that sound like to you that's for private militia group?
some for sure. I mean, we don't know the break. I mean, I don't know potentially the breakdown of AEU, but yeah. But and then
But
Human
but
Reform League, yeah, yeah. I don't know why you call it a league, but Human Reform definitely tells me you were once upon a time someone else, and then yeah.
you see my point? You see my point? What I'm trying to say? You're watching these type of anime. You cannot tell me what you start to watch and you don't get caught onto some of the clues or the Easter egg. You be like, what are you trying to point out? Gunpla does that. It does. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you, if you didn't bring to it was cool, then you wouldn't pay attention. You were not paying attention. You did it because it looked cool. It got some like fireworks. Yeah. No, if that's the case, go back and watch cartoon. It got fireworks, but it's lame.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, but it's not as bad as the Dragon Ball Z stunt. I'm just being honest. Yeah, it is lame. Watching for a firework? Okay, I can give you firework. 4th of July. What's that? There go your fireworks. Let's go to the next slide because I'm telling you this. I'm trying not to mess up on this one because this is no regular walk in the park. Oh, story and theme. Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. It's set in a world where space colonies are oppressed by Earth ruling elite. Mm. Does it sound familiar to you? Like I don't know,
Say in a world where
Trump and the being like Trump and the billionaires.
um,
Hello, set in the world. No, 5 young pilots are sent from space to Earth with advanced guns to wage guerrilla war against oppressing OC organization.
guerrilla war sounds very familiar because we also had a guerrilla war.
Mhm. Over time, the war escalates, and different factions emerge, such as the Rumfeller Foundation and the White Fang.
Right.
Hmm. The military complex. How much money do you spend to get your Gundam running? How much do they cost to build a custom-made Gundam? Who's investing these money to build these Gunpla? Who's making a profit, or who's buying, who's selling?
Mm-hmm.
Get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The story explores themes of revolution, pacifism, pacifism through Relena peacecraft, and the transformation of what?
And then let's see. Okay, you left off the last one. I think you said the
Yeah,
stories explores themes of revolution, um, pacificism through Relina, peacecraft, and
peacecraft.
the
Mm.
transformation of war. And then at the last one, it says the narrative is highly political, filled with shifting alliances and betrayal.
Hmm. Highly political. I'm telling you, you cannot tell me don't miss something. You just cannot tell me that. And ladies and gentlemen, these are the reason why these animals hit hard. It catch a lot of people attention. And all been reviewed a lot of time over. So, what do you think?
I mean, look. I mean, like I said, when it comes to when it comes to Gundam, it's very much so like that's why I said like Gundam is pretty much a space entity, military type stuff. Like it's pretty much the same thing. We're pretty much in politics where we're fighting other countries, aka colonies, and Gundams are pretty much the robotic armed forces of the world that are going to go fight the other armed forces. Even though some of the armed forces out there, they're not as special. So there's only like a certain slew of Gundams out there that are special, and then they're just nothing but fighter jets and all the other stuff. The typical.
That's very, very true. Let's go to the next slide. I'll have you read the next one for yourself so I can respond to it.
All right, hold on. Yeah, it took a long time.
Hmm.
I say you want me to do this one?
Yeah, read it. Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, so Mobile Suit Gundam 00 set in a real world calendar, Mno Domino, focusing on an energy crisis where fossil fuel are depleted and social energy is controlled by three superpowers. So yeah,
Hmm.
uh, uh, hold on. Celestial beings, a mysterious organization, deploy four Gundam missed years, yeah, missed years, or missed years, no, to forcefully end war by intervening in global conflict. The story is divided into two series. Season one, uh, Sentinel beings fights against world governments to end war. Season two, the United World Government formed, but new threat innovators emerge. Let me actually read this on the other side. Explores political power struggles, human evolution, and the consequences of forced peace. Ends with the awakening of the Trailblazer movie, which introduced the first contact with alien life. Ooh.
Finish everything?
Yeah, yeah, that's everything.
So look at this one. Set in real world calendar. One. Fuel are depleted. Solar energy is controlled by the three superpowers. So, which natural resource is controlled by the certain superpower in today's time?
Well, uh, if we're talking about natural resources as far as energy wise, because right now, technically, what? Um, so right now we're in the I because since it's solar energy right now, so what? The solar panels, wind energy, which okay, technically that's not solar energy. So solar panels as one. Um, I don't know any other type of solar energy type machinery, but yeah.
Imagine this. You have countries fighting over supplies. And you have what they
Right.
call what they call it? Oh, yeah, the tariff war.
Eh,
Okay. I'm telling you, you're not paying attention to the enemy, you're just being dumb and stupid. Celestial Being is a mysterious organization deploying four Gundam to forcefully end war by interfering with global conflict. Really. Who that resemble to? Celestial Being, a mysterious organization deploying four Gundam to forcefully end war by intervening. Who is intervening in a lot of areas like that? Hmm? Wallet? Oh, you might have some technical difficulty. As I was explaining about the Celestial Being, there are a lot of malicious groups that try to say, quote unquote, they're trying to resolve issues. They're trying to save lives. They're trying to do all kind of things.
Sorry about
But
that.
they
I'm
can only
back.
go it's all right, they can only go so far. That's the thing. So imagine that part. So Wally, what do you think about the celestial being? Like who do you think is more like a celestial being in today's time?
Well, when we talk about quote unquote celestial beings, technically that would pretty much reference angels, give or take. I mean, that's what I would think in this form of facet. It's that you would say celestial beings. But I mean, overall, like that's how I look at that. And technically, in a way, like these soldiers were technically that because they were coming in, trying to come in here and do just that, which is why I guess they're quote unquote a mysterious organization. Because I guess these are like underground, organizations that wasn't supposed to be well known. They were just there just in case if certain things were to jump off, and these particular people would be the ones to crack the case. Pretty much that's what happened here. But one thing I will say though, real quick, before we keep on going here, and a big note, big shout out, and big notice to what Eric said in the chat. He says the overreaching storyline of all the series requires attention to be paid. If you're looking for light entertainment, Gundam is not for you. And trust me, it is not. It is like literally, if you're someone that is not into the idea of politics and the way how they construct the politics, you're not going to love it. Trust me, you're not gonna love Gundam that much. You may love the action, and the action will be good, but you will not love the fortitude of the politics that's wrapped around it, especially
Mm,
with the higher in with the especially with the certain there's a certain Gundam that have these higher extralons, fancy people. You're definitely not gonna like them. You're definitely not gonna like them mofos. Cause those guys are sick. They're sick in the head. But yeah, definitely. If you're not someone that's into the hype, like the politics part, hey, you may not want to. But honestly, you still want to watch this though, because personally, it makes you understand from a like from the back door in. It makes you understand like what politics are into. Like if you watch any of the like more political shows out there, I can't really put one in my head right now, but there was one that I forgot what that thing was called, which one of those TV shows was called. But don't care. But all I'm saying is when you see like all the backdrops and everything else and everything in it and everything else, it tends to show you a very clear understanding of what people have to go through just to a hold control and to be break control and things that have to be put in the forefront. So yeah. Uh with that said. But yeah, but let's go on to the next part and then after that, I'm gonna keep going from here on out. So let's keep
go
this
ahead.
going. All right, give me some time. All right, so real quick, so main characters in Gundam. So for this one, if you can read most of those, and then I'll come back with. Oh wait, okay, hold on. Hero Euro Yua Yua. I think that's Hero Yua, and then he piloted the Wing Gundam, or as we also know it as Wing Zero. And his personality was morally stoic, emotionalist soldier. And for sure, he was damn sure emotional, emotionless as heck. But he damn sure was a fighter. He damn sure fight for what he stand for. That's one thing for sure. And he meant business. He definitely meant business in that TV series. Duo Maxwell, Gundam Death Scythe, energetic, cosmic relief. So pretty much just pretty much like his name, Death Scythe. His Gundam had like the scythe, like the Reaper scythe. It literally had that Reaper scythe. It literally did. That's actually pretty nice. Um, Trowan, uh, Barton. Gundam Heavy Arms, silent and mysterious. So pretty much, Mr. Layback has nothing much to really say, and you have very, you know, questionable questions about who he is in his character, give or take, because pretty much it was a mystery person, not too much very openly talkative, but definitely was a very important character in this whole thing. He does. Okay, okay, so I'm gonna just make this short. QR winner, Gundam Sandrock, Kine, and pacifist at heart. Okay, so you already get that idea, right? Kind person, not really much of a fighter, quote unquote, but really a lover. So yeah, and then Chang W, Shinglong Gundam or Ultron Gundam, honor driven warrior. So yeah, these are the characters and their Gundams and then their personalities overall for at least Mobile Suit Gundam wing. Moving on to the next one, unless David, you got something to say on this one overall, like just touching like bits and pieces of these guys' characters in the TV series.
Mm. Let me put my plate to this one. Who are you, stoic, emotionless soldier? Not trying to be funny, but I'm gonna be funny. Almost remind me of Mandrell. Duo Maxwell, Gundam Dexite, and then a comic relief. Are you sure they're not related to? He's not related to Reckless Way? Well, because they both like to be reckless. Who are Baton? Silent Mysterious. Who could I say is Silent and Mysterious? You don't say much on the panel. I think we'll find one to match that one. Quadra Rabba Winner. Gundam Sand. I can't say the name because I'm
It's
out.
Sandrock. It's Sandrock.
Sandrock. Middle Eastern, sound like he's the hidden prince. Got billions. Ava money. You know the people who run the bits in your neighborhood. They're pulling money. Okay. Shine with fears. The Sherlon Atron Gundam. It's almost like who had a Gundam similar to that one? G Gundam. I remember that. Remember I said earlier that one Gundam looked like a reference to another Gundam in another series, but different timelines.
I mean, the main Gundam was really much custom made throughout the whole damn series.
True, true. Let's go to the next slide.
David.
Main character in Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam 00. Sectional F Saisi. Gundam Exia, no, Gundam Exia slash 00 Gundam. Well, it's still the same Gundam, but there's a differentiation between the two. Gundam Exia have one solar flare engine. It got bumped up into Gundam 00 because they able to use two instead of one. Personality, cold, determined, child soldier. Africa, child soldier. Most. Lock on stratus, near and light, they're both twin. Gundam Dynamite, Gundam Cherubim. Charismatic sniper, mercenary. Hallelujah Hapsidum, Gundam Kiro and Aerials. Dual personality pilot. Military, super serum, to make the ultimate soldier, the ultimate weapon. Couldn't let nobody know that they had someone like that as a child and been able to be a soldier. Keep that quiet. Tira Erdi. Erdi.
Yeah, that was Gundam Virtue slash. Saravi, and then personality, logical and mysterious.
Hmm.
Okay, so we got another. Okay, so real quick, let's take a entertainment break here, and let's have this one. Who would win in a fight between Transformers, Voltron, and Gundam? Lord have mercy. Okay, look. So, oh my gosh. What's next? You're gonna put in a
Hold
Power
on.
Ranger suit too? You
Hold
gonna
on.
put in that shit too?
Put it back. No, no, no. Put it back up. 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 Who will win a fight between Transformer, hmm, Voltron, hmm, and Gundam? Hmm. Question I want to ask you, who had the
I
advantage?
already have mine, but
Who got the advantage? There are
look,
three
let me
different.
start this off.
There are three different
Voltron's gonna
mecha.
lose first.
Hmm?
Voltron's gonna lose first.
After who?
Voltron's parts. It's not a whole kit. You got to form in together to be parts, to be the whole kit. So yeah, Voltron loses on that one.
Hmm.
Now, as
I
far
believe so
as
too.
Transformers and Gundam, now this is a here's my thing. See, with Transformers, I say Transformers will lose too for the simple fact of a Transformers. Most of the Transformers did not were able to fly. Some were, but not ultimately everyone. And remember, only some of them only have flight, but in their actual like transformer mode. But
Hmm.
once they transform and they're on land, they couldn't really fly, so they don't have no air advantage.
True. And Transformer, not every Transformer can fly either.
Exactly. So that just goes right there. Like for me personally, yeah, Gundam would just win. Now, if you wanna, if someone wanna throw in Power Rangers, like the whole thing, like okay, fine, have fun with that.
Whoa,
I'm
whoa,
not
whoa,
doing
whoa, whoa,
all
whoa.
that.
If you want to throw Pacific, okay, you know what? Mm. Marcus, you throw more than a monkey wrench up in here. Because here's the problem. That's why I say when it comes to anime, you're going to compare different mecha. These mecha are different on multiple levels. Transformer or hmm, sentient being with life. You talk about Voltron, mythical line built by science and magic. Fire pilot. Mobile Gundam Wing and Wing Death Wing Vault had five pilots with five Gundams who was almost beyond its specs. Okay. Um let's see what else. Gundam. What I'm talking about Gundam. Whooping everybody ass. Because let me see it this way. Um depending on which group of Gunpla will win that fight, I would say Iron Rose. You know why I pick Iron Rose, Wally?
Why you pick Iron Rose?
Remember that episode whereby they made a mistake and awakened a OG replica or OG artifact that should never wake up in at all.
Mm-hmm.
That thing was designed to kill and
Right,
multiply.
right. Mm-hmm.
And oh boy, who was I'm doing a demonstration. They're the chair, right? They had some kind of implant put on them through
Right, yeah,
surgery. They
yeah,
had to interlock with it to link up with the gunpla. Remember, I said almost like they're becoming one with the gunpla.
yeah.
They found out there's a limiter that once you remove it, what it does in plain English, it connects with your brain and force you to go beyond your physical capacity.
Mhm.
Meaning, it is really putting severe stress on your brain, big time. And you almost like you're moving with the comfort, like you thinking it through.
Mhm.
The moment they removed the limiter, the Gumbler eye went red. This dude no start to bleed. And the
Right.
way he was beating that, man, come on, let's be real though. I watched that fight scenes more than 50 times. Hmm?
Mhm.
I asked myself, which pilot can compete with that dude one on one in that way?
Mhm.
Then by Gundam, you watch certain Gundam series, Eric. Warhammer 40K is a premier tabletop war game that has been hugely popular for decades, which it has. Keyword decade. If you're gonna have a throwdown, that game something that's the game something to you. I hear that, but here's the problem. They're comparing Pacific Rim Jaeger, the Transformer, and Voltron with against Gundam, and you got a pilot that they removed the limiter, and they got went beyond a monster, beat up a mech that everybody was having a problem defeating as a collective. This guy went ballistic like a madman, and there's a price to pay. When being assimilated, it messes up your body function. But when you're done using that system, you may not even feel your leg. You may not be able to see either from one eye or from both eye at all. You could be completely nerve damage. But that dude went in. When I mean went in. It was like, besides setting up when you're using the Mobile Suit Gundam 00 and you're going ballistic, I think that guy from I of my road will still be Setsuna. Or if I'm wrong, please let me know. Hmm? Raleigh?
No, no, I heard you say. Yeah,
But don't you
because
want?
it's been so long
He's a
since
great
I watched
he's a
Gundam.
he's a great pilot, but caliber wise, I'm just saying.
Yeah. But no, but to ask Marcus an earlier question, he says, well, let's pick a lineup of Transformers that can fly versus all time Gundam lineup. The thing is this though. The ones that can fly, they can only fly in the subpart transformation. They can't fly in their, post transformation. Which is why I said that Gundam would win because they don't have no advantage in the air. None of them can't generally fly.
I don't blame you. You got a good point on that. Marcus,
Yeah, if it was on the ground, have fun with that.
good luck with that one. Good luck with that one. You have not watched enough have not watched enough Gundam for you to be saying that right now. You know what? Since you want to bring that up, Marcus, you forced the nerdum out of me when we were talking about the Punisher versus John Wick. In all full technicality, hands down, John Wick whooped Punisher ass 20 times out of 20 times. No chance of the Punisher winning. Period. It has nothing against the military training. I fully understand the military training, but I also understand assassination training. It comprise of military, yes, and an extra more. You need to understand when people are trained for assassination. Let me bring to your attention. What branch of the military they normally use for assassination? Hmm? What branch of the military they use to do special mission to take out somebody? Wally, am I wrong here? Please let me know.
What part? Wait, which part again?
May I say, since he want to bring all these jab about Optimus Prime and Nemesis Prime, I said, let me do my job now. When we had that conversation before on another episode about who went between the Punisher versus John Wick,
Uh huh.
I said John Wick will whoop the Punisher at 20 times out of 20 times. And
Right.
I had to use evidence. What branch of the military do they utilize for secret mission to take out somebody?
Well,
Hmm?
I mean, even then, I wouldn't even consider that. Honestly, that's a
Hmm?
argument.
How many other countries have special elite military trained for the kind of mission no one would want to take? Let that sink in. The Japanese was known to do that for the longest than the Chinese. I mean, told through the book they have called the Art of War, right? They have the regular military, right? Yeah, but they always have that one special unit that do the kind of job that the military is not capable of doing. But they trained to the point of not being human. I'm a nerd. I go on detail. And when we were comparing the Punisher versus John Wick, y'all forget that Assassin do have a military background in play, but they go to a much deeper level than that. Can we talk about private military? No. Can you talk about private military or militias, mercenary? Don't these people have military background, Wally?
Talking about missionaries.
Private military or militias, you want to call them,
Uh huh.
or mercenary. Are there
Hmm.
not people who come from military background trying to go to that next level to be hired to
Give or
do
take.
dirty job?
Give or
Hmm?
take. It all really depends. Yeah.
Okay. So, in technicality to the debate that we had a few episodes ago concerning John Wick and the Punisher, checkmate. You're not winning that one. Get out of here. Y'all mess with the wrong one here. I dissect argument and I put it out there. You know why I didn't want to say anything during that episode? We would about say, "Oh man, the punch will beat John Wick." I'm like, you just contradict yourself. Oh, tell me if I'm wrong. Throughout history, there are certain nations that select a certain few people within the military group to take unique training to go to that next level above and beyond, and to be a part of a special unit that nobody knows about, right? It's not so, Wally?
Give or take.
Don't you hear about all these so-called units that they want to never want to document because they want to cover their tracks or don't lead back to them that they create this unit to take out certain people. So in case another nation wants to pin it on them, they say, I don't know what you're talking about. We didn't create no such unit, right? Is it not so, Wally?
Pretty much. Yeah.
So to all the Punisher fanboys who think that they can beat John Wick, congratulations, you played yourself.
Well, to
That
be
feels
honest,
so good.
well, look, uh, we sort of stumble on it, but I'll throw this in here. My
I know,
only,
I know, but
yeah, yeah,
the thing is,
no,
he keep poking the bear, throwing Optimus Prime and Nemesis Prime. They gonna whoop that ass. So I have to be technical.
well, yeah, but even then, I'm still not giving that. I'm still not giving that no credence because again, I just literally asked, name the Decepticon or Autobots that can fly, not in mobile form, because literally there is none. Not that I can remember.
Uh,
There is none.
um, Megatron can fly without being in mobile form in some cases.
Yes, but
Among
that
the
also depends on the depending on which one he is. See, that depends.
good, good. I'm glad you
Because the
mentioned that.
Megatron we remember, if you're
Good.
talking about Megatron in the movies, he was a tank. That don't see that technically don't count.
They don't fly either.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, be very mindful which Megatron we're talking about here. That's why I asked, which one are you speaking of? Because I want to know which Decepticon or Autobot
You got a
can
point.
fly not in
You really,
mobile
you
form.
very, you very technical on that. Only certain version can fly without mobile phone. The rest can't. But
Yes,
throughout the
because
OG to now, not every there's really any Autobot that can fly.
yeah, most
Really.
Autobots are morely vehicle wise.
Bingo.
There's only a small slew. Like there's aerial bot and then another one that can fly.
And
But those are the very few Dinobots that can fly. But those are
here's the
just a
problem.
very small few.
If you're fighting with a gunpla among the Mobile Suit Gundam 00, you epically lost. Because when they go to Trans Am mode, the speed they move at, let's not put the big one, Mobile Suit Gundam 00, Mobile Suit Gundam 00 Quantum. When they put Quantum, Trans Am and beyond, Optimus Prime is already dead. Nemesis Prime is already dead. You're not seeing it coming. It will predict before you can make a move and just end the story. You need to watch every single Mobile Suit Gundam and understand certain things they put in these Gundam series will let you know the Mecha of your yesteryears cannot keep up with these type of crazy out of world Mecha. What I mentioned was Mobile Suit Gundam 00 Quantum, do Quantum Leap. If you understand what Quantum Leap sound like, it means let that sink in. 'Cause I was talking about Iron Rose,
Mm.
where that a removed a limiter and made this Gundam become a monster. There's other Gunplas I can mention that can whoop Optimus Prime and Nemesis Prime, and there's no way of them returning back to get a second lick. So let's stop that, please. You have me going technical. That's why I had to go technical on a episode that people didn't realize. Y'all messed up. Here's another part. When we talk about gunplay and gun knowledge, you have to punch and know how to use gun, right? And I'm sidetracking for the moment. So did John Wick. But in John Wick learned every type of gun that can be used, not only in the United States military, but also in the British military, also in the Japanese military, also in the Chinese. Should I add on? Like, who are we kidding? This man have an extensive knowledge of weaponry for different branch of the military to use. What would be best for close combat to long distance and then some? Don't that sound like military training? Like, come on, man. You mess with a nerd. So that's why I said checkmate. Now, if you want to compare Nemesis Prime or Optimus Prime or Voltron or the Jaeger, dude, what? How many miles per hour did the Jaeger move?
Don't remember.
No, 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 no. Since they want to bring it up here, ooh, I am gonna be. Y'all got me. Everybody, Google it if you have the chance. What the maximum speed a Jaeger can move?
A Yuga?
A Jaeger from Pacific Rim. Then compare that to the maximum speed of Voltron can move. Then compare to the maximum speed with the most dangerous Gundam. If I put Mobile Suit Gundam 00 Quantum, that's cheating. You know what I mean?
No, I
Because
get
because Mobile Suit Gundam 00 Quantum was a byproduct is when Cessna were pushing the Mobile Suit Gundam 00 beyond its limitation. That it ever teleport. They didn't believe that the two solo. This is someone who watched anime. They didn't believe that the two solar flare engine will unlock a new technology will allow not only to communicate with other people, which is new type level 5, but also teleport, materialize from one place to another place just like that. So they're developing from Mobile Suit Gundam EXIA, with this one solar panel. They found out the guy who created that, the blueprint to that, let you know that's the starting point. You can have two on the actor to be converted from actor to Mobile Suit Gundam 00. And
right.
when you unlock it, it took it a while for it to assimilate. It had to go beyond 100% full use of both engines to start unlocking new technology whereby one, it can be a shield, two, it could be faster than it is on Transam, three, teleportation, four, it unlock a new version, quantum leap. So to put that one in the fight of the fastest speed, whooping any of the competitors, it's a lose-lose situation. You're not touching Mobile Suit Gundam Excedia 00 or 00 Quantum. So let's move that to the side. What other
Got
Gunpla can they try and touch? Um, what name of the Iron Rose Maiden Gunpla, the main one? Barata. Barakas, right? What do you want to call it? No, Baratos. The
all
Baratos
right.
version
What form of Optimus Prime can fly, sir? Cause last time I checked, he was a truck. So what form of
unless
Optimus Prime are you talking about?
the one from Transformer Prime that we're referring to.
Oh Lord.
Hey, you met with a nerd right here. Optimus Prime on Transformer Prime was the only Autobot that could actually fly, either in vehicle mode or regular mode. The only one in the Autobot. I'm a nerdy ass person. We will get there. We're going there. Okay. But what is its maximum speed? Mach 1, Mach 2, or Mach 2? Okay, fine. Remember I mentioned Mobile Suit Gundam 00 and 00 Quantum go beyond to Quantum Leap? Quantum Leap speed surpass Mach 1, Mach 2. You're not, once you're breaking the sound barrier, you're breaking time itself. Teleportation. Hello? Get out of here. I mode the Baruto ended up upgraded to Baruto Rec after beat that relic would give it an extra strength. That is a brute beast of of a Gundam. Brute force, Optimus Prime will need to go to the body shop. Nemesis Prime will start looking like Optimus Prime who need to go to a body shop. Jetfire, Jetfire might want to stay away from him. Okay, shall I continue? Baruto Rec do fly in space, and it can also fly when needed. So I'm putting that one there. What other Gundam that is also vicious? Oh, the Mobile Suit Gundam Zero with a Mega Blaster gun. That gun is ridiculous. When it was 102 Gundam Wing What, when it had an upgrade, do you see the impact? Con- to shoot that blaster consistently after 5 or 6 times was not only affecting the triple quadruple metal plate you were talking about with protecting, it was destroying the Gundam and showing how much power. That thing was like beyond a bazooka. Let's be real. So stop that now. So what another Gundam that is vicious? Um, hmm. Nah, y'all got me worked up for real. The G Gundam, Shining Gundam, the hand. Now I'll tell you whoop that ass. Um, what other Gundam? I'm looking for a grimy Gundam that have a bad reputation, that is vicious. You have an idea, Wally? Because now they're getting me worked up right now. They're getting me worked up on that
Yeah, I'm just trying to see.
one. I'm going through my
I'm just
head.
looking through all these different
I'm not touching G
little
Gundam. I'll
things.
touch G Gundam. I'm not touching Gundam Wing. I'm done with that one. I'm not touching Mobile Suit Gundam. I'm not touching that one. Um, is it Gundam Age? Should I touch?
Shoot.
No. No, I ain't gonna touch that one. Which two I'm gonna touch? I already made it. I already touched that already. Um, ooh, y'all got me. Y'all got me heated. Y'all should have never got me worked up right now. Come on, while they mention some other series I can think of, I can let it come to my mind immediately. Because Marcus got me worked up right now.
Oh man, look, I'm over here trying to see like as far as the abilities of each of these Transformers slash Decepticons, because the Autobots slash Decepticons.
There's not many.
I mean, look, no, there's not many, but there's a few that he named in the chat that I asked him to literally name. The only difference is
Starcream, no,
even if
no, hold on. Starcream and his flight team can fly with or without mobile mode. You know that. That's in the
well,
group because they'll fight a plane, but they can fly without going into plane mode. But they fly faster when they go to plane mode.
yeah, but that's my difference. My thing is play mode is not like it's not equal equivalence of a battle, so that's why I didn't really want to hit that
Bingo,
part.
bingo. So
Look,
Marcus,
I'll definitely say this. There's at least some competitors based upon what I'm reading and then skill wise. But if this is all you have, like what, one, two, three, four, five
they got
competing against most of the top Gundams in the whole series? Okay.
most, most. Wally, you're being too nice. Stop it. Be
I'm
honest.
saying most because I'm not adding the rookie bots. I'm just talking about like the top in Gundams bots. That's the main ones.
Yeah, because I mentioned something that may want to whoop anyone ass in Transformer, literally. I'm trying to remember. Ooh. You know what? Now I'm gonna open that documentation that I sent to you. I will look it up for myself because this guy got me worked up. No, you didn't. Know how they say you got me effed up and challenged me and my knowledge. Ooh. Wally, you ever saw this one? Oh, they're gonna win or not gonna win? Nope, not today. Y'all was acting.
Yeah, let me just write down the rest of this because I want to make sure we get this done. But So next up, Mobile Suit
Okay.
Designs in
I'm going.
Combat. Mobile Suit Gundam Wings. Go ahead. All right.
Let's see. I'm not
So
touching. I'm not
Gundams
gonna touch the data
are
gun.
more
I'm
exact.
not gonna do these.
Is that it?
Nope.
Oh.
Oh, After War Gundam X. After War Gundam X. They're the Gundam that use the moon solar power to have this killer blaster. Nah, not too easy. Not easy for them to lose. Mobile Suit Gundam Seed, the Freedom Gundam. Do you think Optimus Prime can touch the Freedom Gundam? No. Rather yet, it takes one Freedom Gundam to take out how many Autobots? I don't know, 30. Hmm? Hello? The Freedom Gundam. You wanna mess with the Freedom Gundam? Really? Y'all got me started now. Gundam Unicorn. Uh, with a, come on. Should I go there now? With a psycho frame that allow you to control other Gundams? Wally, are they thinking this through?
Honestly,
Ooh,
I say like this. Look, even if I were to took flight off of this, just to be fair, if I even took flight off of this,
I
so
know.
I know
Look at this
people are
one.
saying,
The
well,
witch from
Transformers
the
that.
witch.
Go ahead.
Please, the witch from Mercury Gundam series. That Gundam was way worse than the Psycho than the Gundam Unicorn. I mean, that one is more dangerous. You think you would survive that Gundam? Mm, nope. Like, come on, stop it, please, stop it. Gundam 2, Gundam 2 Gundam narrative. That one is the byproduct of the Gundam 2 Mobile 2 Gundam Unicorn. But there were three versions. There were the Unicorn, there were the Banshee, and that third one was a complete monster of its own. They couldn't even catch it. It was a hard problem trying to catch the third one. That one was so fast. If it wants to, it could go from one galaxy to another galaxy on its own supersonic speed. You think an auto will catch up with that one?
Mm.
So please stop it. Unless you have watched every single Mobile Suit Gundam, I'll tell the list from the very beginning. You need to watch the Mobile Suit Gundam OG series that from 1979 to 1980. Then there's the Mobile Suit Gundam movie trilogy from 1981 to 1982. Then there's Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam from 1985 to 1986. Mobile Suit Gundam ZZ from 1986 to 1987. Mobile Suit Gundam Char Counterattack from 1988. Then we have Mobile Suit Gundam F91. I didn't want to mention F91 because it had a little blur thing that would psych you up, give you after image, and you don't know where it is before it just and you done.
Mm.
See, you got me worked on that one. And then Mobile Suit Gundam Victory Gundam. And there are alternative timeline version, Mobile Suit G Gundam. They were the series whereby we had Gundam compete like it's like a I can't call it an MMA match. This more like a Gundam is a G MMA. Does that make any sense? That's a new one. We have MMA that we have in human form, but this one is a G MMA and Gundam mixed martial art. That what? Am I wrong, Wally? Come on, Wally. You mute. Come on. You can't leave me
Oh,
here.
that's right. Yeah, sorry about that. No, I was gonna let you have
They
this one because honestly,
they 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 got me worked up on this one right now. So we need to start giving them the pin slapping. Mobile Fighter G Gundam was the MMA version of UFC. But then when you have Gunpla see who was the best fighter among them, and they will mop, slap, pin slap, mollywop, Optimus Prime, and Nemesis Prime left and right. You're not surviving. Then we talk about the Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. I mentioned that after War Gundam X, I mentioned that the blaster Turner Gundam. This is the Gundam that have a unique wing. There's other mobile suit that it divide itself into different pieces and still attack you. How you deal with that one? Mobile Suit Gundam Seed and Seed Destiny. There were different mobile suits that it was ridiculous. It had its strong point, it had its weak point, but they were still dangerous. Mobile Suit Gundam Zero, I was mentioning about that one. You can't mess with that. Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn. And the narrative, I mentioned that. Iron Blood Maiden, that's correct for not Iron Road. I sorry, let me apologize for that one. The Iron Blooded Maiden. There were Gundam that were destroying other mobile suits like it was toy. It was bitch slapping other mobile suit. Keyword. You had the Hathaway flag, which is the remake of the OG anime. That was a deadly Gundam. Which from Mercury. That Gundam she had was a deadly Gundam. And then new Gundam coming out soon. Like, come on. You think Transformer is touching any of these mobile suits? Or even a Jaeger? Like, come on, guys. Make it make sense. Mobile suit design and combat. Mobile suit Gundam Wing. Gundam have made exaggerating design with bulky armor and colorful aesthetic. Wing Zero and here it is. Wing Zero and FPR introduced the Zero system, which predicts enemy movement but strain the pilot mind. There was a system embedded. The way Mobile Suit Wing Gundam, no, the Mobile Suit Wing Zero was the first one that had that system. The the enemy copied this system and added to Ampion. Ampion was more like a dragon-like Gundam. To have something that predicts enemy movement, so before you make a move, it whooping your ass. Then you have to look battle focused on spectacle, with Gundam being nearly invincible against conventional force. If you've been watching Gundam like I've been watching Gundam, you start to realize the Transformers that hang up their gloves, they're not winning this fight. They're not. Unless you can go supersonic. You can go almost to the point like you're blowing in. You can teleport. Do all type of craziness going on. Go that speed that's unheard of. You ain't winning. So let's stop it, please. Stop it. We have Marker who got me worked up, so I had to go back and let him know we let y'all slide because we could have checkmate.
Yeah, with that said
You
though,
came on the panel. You came on the panel and make Wally wild up. And I was like, no, I got this one. I go rain check this one, and you brought it in, and I rain checked you now. So let it be known.
well, I would arrange at that
Your boy punished.
on a different notion later on, but no, cause look, real quick,
I know.
I'm gonna just
I
throw
had to
this
put
in
a
there.
stamp
I'm
on
gonna
that. I
just
had to
throw
put a
this in
stamp on
there.
that.
I'm gonna just throw this in there real quick.
Go ahead.
So, just small, quick tangent on the whole John Wick and Punisher thing, because one thing about this is I'll also say the biggest thing about this between them two is timing. Last time I checked, John Wick has been that since pretty much almost forever when he was young. Last time I checked, Punisher have to wait until you're like 18. Okay, you take it from there.
That's the problem. No, I say checkmate.
But
He's not winning.
but yeah, no. But look, let's get back to let's finish this out because we got like at least this one plus three more slides and then we're over.
Look at the next slide
Oh
because
no, you read
they
this
got me
one?
worked up going.
Oh,
Yeah, they got me worked up going ultra no mode. I was like, you want me to start lifting the Gunpla that will whoop Optimus Prime ass and bitch slap him? say, dude, time for you to retire. Let me take you to a retirement home. You have done your part. Mobile Suit Gundam design and comeback. Look at this one. Mobile Suit Gundam 00. Gundam use GN drive. These are GN drive, which scientific, no, scientifically speaking, these are drive that doesn't need refueling. They were designed to be self-sufficient, meaning it will recharge itself. Who have ever thought of a technology whereby it doesn't require you to refill the gas or fill the engine by what it just recharges itself naturally speaking? With only grant you high mobility and energy based and like come on. More ground combat compared to wings, which it does. Emphasize on strategy and teamwork. When I was mentioning Trans Am give temporary speed boost but drain power afterward. With only Mobile 2 Gundam 00, where there was barely no drain. The more they use those twin GN drive, it starts to build up its stamina and its endurance to the point where it starts to unlock new things. So as I was book, you have to watch it. Watch it from the first season to the second season and watch the movie and see what I'm talking about. Then you'll realize it's like almost that they were training the twin GN drive to go beyond its limit. 'Cause when it went past 100% and I could unlock new ability, even the team was shocked. They was like, did this mode exist? Do we know about this? Like, how come you didn't know? Yo, you will see in that series, even the team was shocked it can go beyond the next level. That's how bad it was. So let's be real. You're not touching Gundam. Next slide. Before they throw another monkey around, I had to take the monkey and throw it back at them. Whoosh! Man, you don't want to deal with a nerd who have watched a lot of these anime and pay close attention to details. And oh yeah, let me give you one advice. There's a lot of Gunpla stores now in North America. They have one in Manhattan. I'm sure I heard of one in Queens. They lately be opening different Gunpla store in different states depending where the person set up business. Don't go there and start an argument talking about oh Transformer can whoop it. Oh, Wally, please tell them.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Wally,
No, yeah.
please tell them. Gee,
As far yeah, the
you think
Gundam,
I'm bad?
the popularity in the
You
current.
think I'm bad? Oh God. And I'm just me. You go to that community and say such, they will look at you like you what? Better hope they don't put a dunce hat on your head and put you in the corner. If you think I'm bad, they are far worse than me. They know the complete storyline and the history and the scientist and what was his agenda was, what was his idea was, what he trying to achieve. And that's crazy. Popularity and cultural impact. Mobile Gundam wins. First Gundam series to gain mainstream success in North America. Yeah, in Toonami in 2000. Yeah, I remember that. I remember the promotion they had. Which to many Western audience to Gundam, inspiring number of fan creation. And this what remain one of the most visually striking Gundam movie. It is to this day. The, to this day, one of the most. That set the standard for future Gundam movies and Gundam to either reach or go above. If you have a Netflix account, there are a couple of Gundam series that already upload on there, and I hope they don't take it out. And in Netflix, if you're watching this, I'm telling you this, if you're doing it, I need a cut. You you should make a section that if you're trying to compete with Hulu, whereby it's part of Netflix, but it's its own entity, only for anime. Because I know you guys are working somewhere in the back, building license negotiations. They have a lot of these anime coming up on your engine, on your platform. Do it that way, and I promise you, you have too many subscribers whereby I'm not sure you have enough server to compete. If you do, then you thought it ahead of time. I'm just saying. Next slide.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, no, I this is the only episode they really like got on me like whoa. I need to like put you in your place.
Yeah, give it a minute.
Oh, Eric, don't worry about it. Don't, Eric, don't worry about it. I gave you the list of most of the greatest anime in Gundam. You gonna play back and listen to each one. I mentioned each one based on the year they come out because to me, Eric, if you're hearing this, watch I Am Blooded Orphan. It came out in 2015 to 2017. The That series got me questioning like, yo, they're sleeping on Gundam real bad. They're sleeping on it. The possibility, the thought process, they're sleeping on it. But I'm sure you will love it.
Yeah. See you next time, Eric. And also, don't forget, I will send you that. I'll send you that page where you can probably see the Gundams. Once I check it out to make sure that they actually can show the actual shows.
I think when we'll do it on another episode, we'll try and find out all the Gunpla store that have across America. So in case someone who live nearby, we can just give it a shout out. You go to this store, tell them we send you there. You know what I mean? You might do that. Popularity and cultural impact on Mobile Suit Gundam 0. The first Gundam series anime in AD set a new standard for visual, which it did. It gained worldwide popularity, especially in Asia. It adjusted will. Didn't I talk about that, Wally?
Mm-hmm. So again?
Look at that part. It adjusted real. It adjusted real-world political themes, making
Right,
them
right, right.
relatable to modern audience. Didn't I say that before?
Yeah.
I said you cannot. You can tell me you'll watch Mobile Suit Gundam and not catch on something that you start to say, whoa. This sounds familiar to this. This sounds familiar to that. I'm telling you, Mobile Suit Gundam 00, it was touching a lot of nerves. It was, and how they put it together, I had to get my hat off to. They did a really pretty good job on that one. What you think?
No, yeah, no. A lot of the many, like I said, a lot of the many Gundams with their politicians, like the ones that I really liked, especially with the whole political storylines added to it, was more so of the more snobby ones, the more higher echelons. Those were the ones I actually liked a little bit more because I just love seeing their faces get snapped up when they lose.
Hmm. That
But
would
yeah,
be the witch from Mercury. Yeah, they were feeling so good of themselves. They think they the elite of the elite until they end up losing and they got to kiss ass. That's one of them for real.
yeah, it was definitely one of them for sure. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the same one that had the red color Gundam. I think so. If
Hmm.
I'm not mistaken.
It had to be the witch from Mercury. It had to be. I'm not
Yeah,
sure there's any other one beside that one.
yeah,
Cause that was mad funny. I was like, okay, pipe down. You're not all
yeah.
that great.
Right.
You wasn't all that great at all. It was like annoying. Final verdict, which is better? Not be. Let me be with you guys. It is very hard to put it better because each one has its own timeline and its own audience, and they were heavy hitters. Let's be real, they were heavy hitters. For example, for classic Gundam fans, Gundam is the idea for iconic design and political drama, which is true. For newcomers to Gundam, Gundam Zero has a more polished narrative and modern animation. For action and mech battle, Gundam Zero has superior fight and choreography and fluid animation, which is totally correct. For deep political storytelling, Gundam Wing had that one beat, hands down. It through a more physiological, it does. This is why man. If you go and go into and deep dive into the Gundam franchise, if you're not a thinker, if you're not watching for detail, then leave it alone. So what I'm gonna tell I watch Gundam, it's all right. Like, just shut the hell up, get out of here. Because ultimately, both series had unique places in Gundam franchise and appeal to different audience. It does. It really does. Some of the storyline, it get look. I be honest, it get dark. It get real dark. It started making you question how society actuated, even though the exact story is not real, but it close to being realistic because it's showing you what's going on in present time. That what we're doing at the time. Believe me. You got any word to this, Wally?
Sorry about that. I'll mute it. But
You have any
hold
word?
on. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll go cut some final words on it. So look, one thing about Gundam, I say it like this: for their vast expansion of multi-universal alternative line timelines, it's look, it's been a very well intuitive story for sure. Like I said, Wings I pretty much grew up with in the early back in the days to early 2000s. When I was growing
Mhm.
up, I was pretty much 5 years old at that time.
Mhm.
So yeah, pretty interesting. Literally, it was so interesting, very cool at the time. It just really throwbackish to me. So of course, for me, for the time being, like yeah. But overall, I mean, like I said, the more thing that really got me hooked to this was not just more so of the just the Gundams, even though the Gundams were pretty much the cool part about it, but it was really more so the storyline because of you always think to these things and you think to like what they've shown you here, and then you think back to like the everyday world and you just you look at things and you just be like, in the grand scheme of it all, this is why you just don't trust governmental people that are in power, because you never know if they're really giving you or telling you the real honest truth, and if they're playing by the books, because they always seem that they're going above and beyond because of their power and control.
I'll give you guys some honest mention that was not mentioned in our list, which I'm sorry, I have to apologize. There's another series called Mobile Suit Gundam Age, which came out back in 2011. It had
Yeah, I
like
didn't get a
three
chance to
seasons.
produce those.
So you can imagine that one. That's another thing. And there's a lot more. There was the Mobile Suit Gundam 0083. That's another one that was not being mentioned. Mobile Suit Gundam Tri Fighter. No, a Mobile Suit Gundam Build Fighter Tri. There's another one called Mobile Suit Gundam CE 73 Stargazer.
Right. That
There's
reminds
another
me,
one
if
called
I'm not mistaken, real quick, if I'm not mistaken, there was like at least one in particular Mobile Suit Gundam rider, or yeah, I would say Gundam rider that was actually female, wasn't it?
we're like riding a motorcycle some kind of thing.
No. Riding, like actually being part of the Gundam suit, like she was in control of it.
Right. What was it riding?
No, I'm just saying, like I'm calling her. I'm just saying I'm calling them. It's pilot, but I'm saying rider. Like, but yeah, there was a female Gundam pilot, wasn't there? I think there was one.
That one, the one with the female government pilot. There's one in particular, the main protagonist. That's on the witch from Mercury. I remember that part.
Yeah, 'cause I
It's
know
like
there
I
was
said,
one in particular at a time, but I think
it
she,
might be Mobile Suit
yeah,
Gundam Twilight Actor. Maybe that's the kid, or I might be
it's
wrong.
one of those two. But the reason I'm putting that out there, ladies, don't think that you can't watch if you cannot watch Mobile Gundam, because you can definitely can, because there's some ladies in there too. But other than that, like I said, yeah, definitely fight choreographics. Really like those. Outer space combat. Real life or death. A lot of variations. Granted, another thing is I'm like that. Even though most of the time Gundam is usually sort of perplexing the same Gundam suit. It's not ultimately the same every single time throughout every other different timeline variations. Especially the most unique one was literally the personality change one, because once that one came into effect, that one literally took it over the edge.
Oh, the Gundam for Gundam Kiro, that one was a scary one. Everybody defended that particular Gundam. Once he personality changed, the mode of the gunpla changed as well. And all of a sudden, it was like completely unpredictable. It was psychotic.
Right,
It
because
was scary.
he was doing things that most people could
It
not even believe. It was just
it was the
unfathomable.
it was the second Green Reaper. The first Green Reaper came from Mobile Suit Gundam Wing, deck side, because I was actually had a sight
Yeah,
itself,
yeah,
and it had a
that was
very unique
hilarious. That
armor.
actually was hilarious.
Oh,
Hilarious.
dude,
But yeah,
that deck side was huge, and where it is slicing through multiple mobile suits like it was butter. Shh.
yeah,
They say when you see deck side, you see the demon, you see the Reaper himself.
right.
And what he does, he makes sure that thing cover him, cloak him, to when he come out, it's like you can't see it coming. It's just like a dark shadow above you. The other one is a nightmare itself on the battlefield. You're not touching, but he touching you. You could be like 50 mobile suit, you take out all you 50 and look for more.
Mm.
That's why I said Transformer cannot survive that kind of fight. How you would survive a fight with a mobile suit gunner that's taking out more than 50 mobile suits all at once, picking them up like mosquitoes? Like, come on,
Yeah. Well, real quick,
let's be
so
real here.
that's pretty much the main thing of the show, ladies and gentlemen. That's the rundown overall. So my only main, pretty much the main thing left is, hey, if anyone wants to come through to add any input or to converse their points as far as how they feel about the whole season. I mean, well, how they feel about the overall Gundam transvisuals. Please come through. We would love to hear you. If you're willing to come through, let us know. Let us know, because Lord knows
Or,
we have a little bit of time.
or if you have a particular Gundam franchise you want to speak upon and go into detail, please, on this video, m- we will do a tally. There's some of the lists we did not able to cover. If you wanted to go in depth on one particular franchise within the Mobile Suit Gundam franchise, please let us know. If we get the most number or which one in particular, we will take care of that one and we'll go into depth and break down why we think this particular franchise is cool or the bad or it's gonna be more you can get out of. That's something I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? Because believe me, when it comes to watching Mobile Suit Gundam, it is not a simple topic. It's so much in-depth information and knowledge about this. If you want to come up, you can come up, but we want people who really, really want to talk about this particular franchise and what it means to them and what you think could have been done different with certain franchise. When we mentioned Mobile 2 Gundam 00 and Wing, they're one of the two biggest iconic anime from the Gundam franchise that made a standalone impact by itself alone. It did. The graphics, the animation, the sequence, the choreography, it was like, you can't even touch it. I'm not gonna lie to you. And forgive Marcus when he was bringing up the 15 Jaeger, then Voltron, then Arsenal on Number 10 Prime, with Mobile 2. You cannot. Because if that's the case, you gotta do your homework. Let's boil down to the technology, how these mecha were built up. What the structure bit of the Pacific Rim Jaeger. Look that one up. Compared to the structure bit up of Voltron. Compared to the structure bit up of one of the transform either Optimus Prime or Number 10 Prime. Then compare to the structure bit of one of the top Gundam. You know, I went in a little deep on Gundam 00. that might be the ultimate Gundam. It might be,
Hmm.
unless there's any other Gundam that give it a run for its money.
Right.
That could either be the Gundam, the Freedom Gundam, which is one. Gundam Wing Zero, which is two, maybe, or one of the Gundam from Gundam Age. There's so many Gundam series under the franchise. You be shocked. It's not that simple. And I'm trying to like wrap my head and see which one can I bring to the table to discuss on. I'll give it a quick summary, but it's so much. Do we have anybody want to come up?
Yeah, I want to give it like I just put up like a 5 minute warning.
No
So we
problem.
been here for a good one and pretty much trying to get some food in my system.
Because this one, look, this why I don't want to. This one reason why I don't want to touch the Gundam franchise because it's so huge,
Hey,
and I might have to go back and research again, make sure I get all the lists because I can notice some lists were missing, some name was missing. I was like, no, something's missing here because there's a lot more than this, a lot more. You got Gundam Thunderbolt, another one. Gundam Stargazer, another one. I have watched so much. If I was on my main PC, I would have put up my folder and just put out what I've seen so far. But I'm using my laptop, so sorry guys. As you can see, it's the third camera angle. I have one, two, and three. And as you're looking, this is my main PC build. I got two cameras. It's down for the not for the count, but until I can fix the power supply. Then we have a unique background showing. Everybody coming up? No one wants to speak the word?
yeah, about a minute and some few seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Then we're gonna close this out.
Please, guys, if you have any Gundam franchise you want us to discuss about or break down details on how impactful that particular franchise was or how you can relate to, please let us know.
And other than that,
Where's the,
if you have any particular anime you want us to review, please have that ready because once we're done with these entry shows, we're gonna start locking into a particular anime and run down each one by episode. So
and we do plan to do some new one and some old one because we're going to go back and
yeah,
forth
so
because
if you
there are
guys
so
got some
many.
suggestions, have that. Start writing them down and keeping them in because you can send them in. Let us know, send them in because we're definitely going to want that piece of information to give us a good idea and a good start
And,
for us to start it off.
and maybe we can start a campaign or two or certain and that should have come back a long time. So I figure why it's taking them time to either revamp it or remake it or they already did but something holding them back. Maybe we can look into it, so to speak. You know? Because this anime era is not taking over the cartoon era. The cartoon era is going like,
Pretty much.
it's mostly garbage, to be honest.
Pretty.
They're pushing out, they're putting out too much garbage cartoon. Literally too much
Yeah.
garbage.
All right, ladies and
And
gentlemen,
that is
it's
beautiful.
already 5 minutes in. So thank you guys for tuning on into the show. And much love to all y'all. Also, as always, please make sure to voice your opinions in the comment section based upon the show or any of the many Gundams that we probably missed because we couldn't name them all. There is a second part to this that we didn't get to a chance to because it was just too much of information to really do for this whole show. So I will probably try to do a separate piece to this a little bit later and probably drop a probably send it to Peter and we'll probably try to get it uploaded.
Or it might expand because there's a lot of list of franchise that's not on the list that I should have spotted. I should have picked up on it because as we were talking about, I to realize, oh, we got a lot because
Sure.
this is one of the biggest franchise,
It is.
one of the
Yeah.
biggest. It's not an easy conversation. No, this is not an easy conversation to get into because I was like, oh, it's only we can have actual more people who can just take over the load because when you breaking down Gundam, shoot, there's a huge, there is a very huge community. Trust and believe, it's here to stay. I got picked on by one of my colleagues. Say, you haven't built your own gunpla yet? I said, I don't have space for that bad boy. Man, you got. I said, no, you don't understand. When I mean space, I want to build it, set it up, no one will touch it, and damn it, because that's like a masterpiece. It's not that simple. But here's what it is, though. It's what been a great show so far. I'm able to do a rain check for my partner over here because he had a word to say on a particular episode, and the guy came up, and I decided to give the smackdown on his candy ass and give him a checkmate. Let him know that your boy ain't winning. Your boy getting punk. Your boy getting bitch slap. Your boy getting owned. Your boy getting dog walk. I had to
Lord.
be technically real. I had to
Uh,
be technically real. Y'all played yourself. Y'all didn't do your homework deep enough, like I would. I'm a nerd. I'm gonna do that exercise. I'm gonna do that research. I'm gonna look in deeper. So when you want to compare someone with a vigilante to someone trying to be an assassin, put that in mind. A huge majority of assassins have military training already. They are taken to the next level. Period. You have to let that. You need to stop playing yourself. Assassin's Creed is no different. Those are military training taken to the whole extreme level.
yeah, pretty much. But let's close this out. Let's close this out.
So on that note, this has been a great episode. It has been a great show. We hope you see you on the next episode. Don't worry. You see us more. Might see some shenanigans. Or Wally may take over the show and just unlike me doing the SmackDown, might be he trying to get the SmackDown somebody on a particular topic.
We'll see what
As
these
long you don't
topics
wake,
are because
al-
this definitely.
as long you don't wake him up. If you wake him up on a, oh no, you didn't. And I'm gonna step back and let him unleash. Today was my day. I was unleashing. You got me like, oh no, you didn't. You ain't coming with this Jaeger.
Baby.
You're gonna move like what, 15 miles an hour? Get out of here.
Pretty much.
On that
Oh,
day,
right. I forgot. Real quick, before we do get out of here, let me just make sure I get this in here. Um, so for some shows, you guys should be a little bit of waiting for because let me make sure I get these right. So coming by Thursday, which is tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, for those that are interested in the conversations of relationship, contract of love.
oh,
Should marriage have an expiration date? Y'all tune in for that one on Thursday. Then on Saturday, we will be having a mafia movie where we are talking about power, loyalty, and betrayal. You should also add respect because let's be real, a lot of motherfuckers just got lighted up because of just putting some respect on their names. I had to put some respect out there on their names. And then, of course, coming next week on the show is Techno Man, the Forgotten Hero. Y'all stay tuned for that show coming up next week's Wednesday. So with
I
that
gotta watch
said,
that this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we both got to watch that this weekend. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that is the show topic for today. Stay fresh out there. See you guys next time.